Hi, this is Jan of the Jan Files. I'm going to talk today about the environment again. I covered this once earlier on when I had just read the House part of the big, beautiful bill, but now I'm going back and looking at exactly what was in the final version. So I want to give you an overall picture. They've cut $51 billion out of programs that benefit the environment. And so I cannot go through every one because unfortunately there are many. But I've picked some highlights of some programs I think that you can relate to and that are very meaningful. And so that's what we're going to start with. I'm going to try to make this short. I will try not to pontificate too much. But anyway, so the first one I highlighted was it was a program that replaced engines or replaced vehicles with electric vehicles or hydrogen vehicles like buses, right? Diesel engines, in terms of creating fleets that were obviously more environmentally friendly. And specifically, this had a big impact on lower income communities. So that's one of the programs that's being cut. We all know what it's like to be behind a bus, right? When it's blowing out that awful exhaust. So this, again, is a cut. The program's gone. The next one is the greenhouse gas reduction fund. And that eliminates EPA-administered greenback programs that are meant to fund renewable energy, building retrofits, and clean energy access in low-income areas. You kind of getting a pattern here? And then there was air pollution mitigation. Think about this. They're cutting air pollution mitigation. So this was funding for air quality monitoring, permitting monitorization, and pollution control technologies. So we're eliminating funding from preventing and dealing with pollution. Okay. The next thing, the next one was, hold on. I find this one truly unbelievable. So there was a program that helped reduce the air pollution in high pollution areas in schools. So they were dealing with creating a better, trying to, and also implementing technology to improve the quality of the air in schools and around schools. It's cut. Clean air, then the next one they cut removes funds tied to biofuels and renewable fuel standards implementation. They really have gone back to supporting the fossil fuel industry, okay? They're far more interested in supporting them than anything having to do with clean energy. Basically, they've practically wiped clean energy off the map in terms of government funding. And the other thing that they did, which, you know, obviously the government spends a lot of money building different buildings, etc. And there was a program in place that required them to use sustainable, environmental friendly products, right? Gone. And so I hate just go through a list, but I think you're getting the whole focus of what they're doing, right? They're eliminating anything having to do with climate change because they don't believe it exists. I would assume they think they know air pollution exists, water pollution exists, but they've cut programs that deal with both of those things. The other thing they have cut is climate justice block grants, which is, you know, dealing with the frontline communities that are on the rivers or in commercial zones, and they live in between. And there was programs to help mitigate the pollution and create more of a healthy environment for those areas. Gone. The other thing that's gone is there was a program for endangered species that are impacted by climate change. And so they were looking, and there were a program in place to deal with this, to either prevent it or to deal with it as it's happening. Gone. And now this one, okay, boggles the mind. This particular program, well, they've canceled it. Well, it cancels improved climate data systems that are crucial for flood, wildfire, and heat response planning. I don't even know what to say, other than communities like what just happened in Texas and what happened in Asheville are going to continue to happen. And whether we do something or not, but we need to do something, okay? We need to protect our communities and Americans. And so the last one I'm just going to go over was really quickly is that there was a program that helped connect communities that are separated by highways and industrial corridors so that they could have, create a more accessible, livable environment. That too is gone. So basically the overall thing of what they have cut, it's $51 billion in cuts. It just doesn't do anything to protect the planet, doesn't protect our children and their future. It does the exact opposite. It subjects people to more pollution, more opportunities for floods and wildfires without allowing them to know what's happening, signal systems, etc., like that. And so, whatever, I get so frustrated sometimes I don't even know what to say. I know, ha ha ha. Anyway, this is an abomination, folks. If you care about the planet, if you care about children, whether they're yours or not, and the future, this is a big slap in the face. So I'm going to post tomorrow about a bill that is before the Congress today in terms of more cuts, $9 billion worth of more cuts. And if that goes through, I will talk about that tomorrow. Please subscribe wherever your subscribe button is, and stay tuned and pay attention. We all must pay attention. Thanks.